So Trippie Redd these past few months, as fans have been waiting for his next album, NDA, has seemed to enter a brand new era, changing the overall direction of his next album multiple times, as well as recently being seen with Carti, as Carti did bring him out for one of his stops at his Antagonist tour. And while supposedly being with Carti's camp this past week, and he also has a song with one of Carti's artists, that being Apollo Red. And in general, this dude Trippie has been teasing new music off his album, which sounds insane. And as the year comes to an end, and with NDA still supposed to drop this year, let's take a look at what Trippie has been up to, as well as his new album NDA. Now, if y'all haven't been living under a rock, and y'all should know that Carti and Trippie and were finally reunited, as Carti did bring him out on his Antagonist tour. Now, this, which is great to see, bro. Trippie and Carti obviously being two of my favorite artists of all time. This was actually the first time that these two did actually perform the song, since the song did drop like 4 years ago, right? And yeah, bro, it's literally enough to make a grown man cry. And if y'all haven't seen the on stage video, it's actually fucking insane, bro. Seeing these two again in 2025, which is beautiful indeed. Obviously, Trippie and Carti have been seen together in like a few years, and obviously a lot of stuff has happened between the both of them these, like, you know, past few years, with like the Mansion Music incident, and of course these two have a bunch of songs in the vault. And speaking of that, on NDA, can we possibly be seeing a new Carti and Trippie collab? Honestly, bro, that is not a crazy thing to speculate. Of course, Trippie has gotten the Carti feature before, and yeah, I'm sure these two most definitely have songs that they did make this year. With Trippie posting this picture of the both of them and captioning hashtag NDA, it's definitely possible that, and we might see Carti or some sort of opium collaboration on NDA for sure, right? I've been waiting on this shit for a while. Of course, with Trippie and Carti being pioneers of this rave genre, and both other sounds evolving these past few years, hearing a song from the both of them is actually gonna be fucking insane, bro. The moment I'm listening to NDA and track one, I hear, I might just cry on the freaking spot, bro. And it's apparent that Trippie hasn't seen with Carti's camp for a couple of weeks at least, because as Carti did bring him out for a show in Tampa, Trippie was also on stage with Carti in Atlanta as well, which actually was the last show of his Antagonist tour. And it's like, bro, I've been waiting for this shit, bro. Trippie and opium are like two of my favorite things in the world. And speaking of Carti's camp, Trippie also, of course, linked up with Apollo Red, and he most definitely linked up with Ken and Lone. Bro, this is like off topic, but yo, imagine a Trippie and Lone song, bro. That shit will be fucking insane, bro. But going back to Apollo Red, Carti's cousin and signed to YVL, a snippet, which I don't know who posted this, but basically a full Apollo Red and Trippie song was previewed in LQ, and the both of them slid, bro. I've been big on Apollo Red ever since I actually did see him live at the Antagonist tour, and he's actually fire as fuck. Trippie's feature, oh my god. I mean, unfortunately, I can't play the full thing, but I'm seeing a trend from the shit that Trippie has been previewing recently, and that's that his voice and style has changed hella, bruh. The moment that I seen on Instagram or Twitter new Apollo Red and Trippie snippet, I was like, yeah, bro, this dude Trippie is gonna definitely be on some dark, deep voice shit for sure. But this dude came with the vocals and melodies. I'm gonna keep saying this shit, bro. The shit that Trippie is making this year, or like these past few months, wipes anything that bro made in the last 2.5 years. It wipes Live Love, Laugh Die, which was the last Trippie era. I mean, like, that era was cool and all, but yo, we deadass have forgotten how talented bro is, and also how insane his vocal abilities are, even after smoking like 50 blunts a day. His voice is still a goddamn angel. Going back to this feature, obviously I'm a big fan of Trippie and opium, and you love to see it. That being 0014. And speaking of just Trippie music, man, let's take a look at the state of NDA, that being Trippie's next album. Now, it's currently December 8th, and we do have 3 Fridays until the year does end. And again, Trippie did promise that the album is still dropping this year, like 2 weeks ago. And of course, Suave did also say that the album is dropping on December 20th. And recently, Trippie has been previewing songs off the album, which obviously means that the album is either turned in or almost done. And I think a reason why it's taken him so long to actually drop this album is just because bro keeps adding new shit to the album. If we do look back at the initial tracklist that he did post back in September, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if most of these songs are scrapped, since course, this track list did get put out. Since this track list did get put out, Trippie has been working with more artists, obviously adding more features to the album, like, I don't know, Big X Plug, Quavo, potentially Carti as well. And of course, changing the overall sound from the album being more of that melodic old Trippie sound. Based off the shit that he has been previewing this week, he is in flow state, bruh. And he's seriously perfecting his craft and his sound. It's like, bro, the production on the music sounds insane, bro. Like, listen to this goddamn snippet, bro. Sounds beautiful, right? And it seems like the vision that Trippie has for NDA is just Trippie giving it his all, being more of that melodic Trippie, newer artist on this album that he hasn't worked with in the past, new producers, and I guess Trippie also combining all of his past sounds and just having this album be to prove to all of the doubters, because of course these past few albums that Trippie has dropped hasn't gotten the best perception. So it does seem like for NDA he is indeed cooking, bro. Besides that, man, thank y'all for watching. It's been your homie Amchin, man, and also, man, stay tuned because I am going to be posting a lot this week, maybe every single day. Road to 30K, bro. It's been your homie Amchin. Love y'all. We out.